Podcast 6, The Choice.
Awaken the leader inside. Follow the path of leadership. Never give up. Never stop trying. Get up. Believe in yourself. Not every day is going to be easy, but you got to challenge yourself. You need courage. Be ready. Stop waiting for it to happen. Go make it happen. Harness the power within. You were destined to be a leader. Follow the path of leadership. Awaken the leader inside.
Podcast 6, The Choice. Hey guys, welcome to another podcast. My name is Rubalcava and I'm your host here at Awaken the Leader Inside. Today's topic, the choice. What does that mean? It means that you are going to make the choice to be a leader. And I think that's something that as we grow, we come to realize that it's a very difficult thing. And I think you have to have a lot of self-awareness and realize that when you make the choice to be a leader, what's about to happen in your career. So this podcast is actually dedicated more towards the leaders that are either new in position or you're considering being a leader. I think it's really important for us to evaluate why we need to understand the choice we're about to make. Because I think as I've seen over my career, not only have I experienced it, but I've seen with other new leaders is I don't think they realize what the choice actually entails and what the path is going to be like. And so to better prepare you for that, I think we need to talk about why you have to really think about the choice to become a leader, because there's a lot that comes along with it. I know we talked about self-discovery, we talked about management versus leadership, we talked about the Foundation podcast, and they're all designed for me to share with you some of the hardships and the truth about being a leader, because I think it's very challenging for those that have never been a leader to understand that there's a lot of hardship that comes along with it. It's not as easy as just saying, okay, I want to be a leader and I'm going to be successful. Leadership is about being able to identify things that you've struggled with or how you've learned to overcome obstacles. And that's probably the most important thing about being a leader is your adaptability into finding a way to grow over your opportunities that are standing in your way, sometimes preventing you from growing, which is a challenge. So what is the choice, and why do I talk about it with new leaders? I really want to prepare them for the real world, what it's really going to look like, what it's going to feel like. My whole goal is to teach them and to teach you that some of the hardships and some of the things that you're about to experience, they're normal, they're tough, they're difficult, and that's part of the learning process. But when you make that choice, you're actually committing to something bigger than yourself. And I think that's probably a challenge that many new leaders don't understand until they're dealing with, their own accountability, where they're being held accountable for others. But when you make the choice to become a leader, it's about commitment. It's about sacrifice that you're going to have to make. It's about putting your own needs second. The level of responsibility that you're about to take is something that you may not be necessarily prepared for, but thrown into. And the last piece that's the most difficult is that you're dealing with people issues. And you're like, David, I deal with people every day. What does that mean? No. As a leader, you're going to become responsible for those people issues and responsible for overcoming people issues. And now you ask yourself, David, well, what are people issues? What kind of people issues? You're going to be dealing with people that are struggling with not only their performance, but it could be attendance, it could be personal issues, it could be issues with other coworkers in the environment, it could be towards some of our customers that they're having issues with. So you're going to start to deal with a lot of people issues when prior you used to only deal with your own issues or your own performance. And so when you make the choice to become a leader, it's not about you anymore. You are not graded on your individual performance, but rather the performance of your entire team and how they output and how they deliver results and execute. So sometimes when you think about the choice to become a leader, it's much bigger than just a pay raise. It's much bigger than just taking on a new role that I'm going to learn that role. It's a lot of responsibility. And I think it's important that we talk about that and that we understand that. So when you feel because there's going to come a point where you're actually going to feel the responsibility. And it's usually when something goes wrong, or your team is not performing, or you're in a new role and your team expects you to already be performing at a high level and expecting you to troubleshoot issues with them, and you're not there yet. And that's going to be the hardship. And those are the tough conversations that you'll probably have with your own leader, is why are you not performing at a level when you honestly have never been there before? You've never experienced it before. And so sometimes that can be a challenge in itself. Early in my career, I didn't understand when I made the choice to become a leader how unprepared I was for it. And I was very naive about what it meant to be a leader. And I'm like, hey, got some more money, I got a title, I can afford new things, that's all great. I guess what I'm trying to explain is that don't take it lightly. Don't think that it's going to be an easy role. Don't think that just because you're an all-star performer right now, that once you take on a leadership role, that's going to continue, because it's, like I said, it's not about necessarily your results. It's about how you motivate others and how you get others to perform at a high level, and be ready for that. So before you make the choice, there's always something that I tell my new leaders, and I'm very honest with them, and I'm very direct with them. I ask them, why do you want to be a leader? And the answers range anywhere from money, from prestige, to new roles, to career path, to self-growth. And the reason why I ask that is you can tell a lot by somebody's motive. If it's going to be money, it's going to be an eye-opener when you get held accountable for the first time and realize no amount of money is going to be worth the stress that you're going to endure if it's just about money. And so you ask yourself, why else would I want to get promoted? Of course it's about money. You're right, it is partially about money, but it's about passion. And I'm going to tell you, as you're growing and you deal with hardships and you overcome them, you're going to come to realize that without passion in any role, actually, you're going to have a hard time looking at your paycheck and say, is this my motivation to get past the hardships? It's not. You're going to have to look inside and say, is this something that I want to continue to do? Is this something that I'm capable of doing? Do I have passion to make change? Am I open? So you're going to do a lot of self-reflection, trying to figure out, why are you doing what you're doing? And it always comes back to passion. If you have the passion, then you'll overcome a lot of challenges in your career. If you don't have passion and you're looking just to monetary compensation, it's going to be a hard road. I can tell you that. I also ask my leaders, what do you hope to learn from this experience? And that's usually one that catches them off guard. And the reason why I ask that is I want to know what their goals are and what they anticipate to come down the road, and what their perception of what they're about to endure, because I want to be able to paint a clearer picture. And when I usually hear the responses, I can tell almost immediately that they don't know what they're about to walk into. So I like to prepare them. I like to share with them the truth that, hey, we're in a tough spot right now. We need leaders who are going to come in and build relationships with our team, to be able to identify problems and step in and do whatever it takes. I need you to be flexible. I need you to be adaptable in an environment, and I need you to make decisions. And so I like to ask that question simply to see where they're at. The last question that I ask is, what's your commitment level to this new role? I want to know when things get tough that you're going to be there, that you're going to lead the charge, that you're going to challenge your team, that you're going to step up, that you're going to get out of your comfort zone, and you're going to go out and deliver results. And it takes commitment to do that. It takes commitment to get beyond opportunities that are in your face and that are difficult. It takes commitment to yourself, to your team, that we will do whatever it takes and we're going to find a solution. So I'm going to ask what your commitment level is. And I just want to leave you with one last note, you guys. Do it for the right reason. Make the choice for the right reason. I promise you, if you make it because you want to be great, you want to develop, you want to learn, you want to help develop your team, help deliver amazing results, and grow with your organization, you're going to do amazing things. But make the choice for the right reason. And if you make the choice for the right reason, these series are going to help you because they're going to take a deeper look into what's holding you back from a value standpoint or leadership value standpoint, so that you can say, honestly, looking in the mirror, okay, hey, I'm not doing well with this leadership value, or maybe the leadership value is going to be my strength, and that's what's going to allow me to overcome another challenge. But you got to make the choice for the right reason. You got to have the passion behind it. If not, I promise you with 100% certainty, you are going to fail. So when you're ready, these series will help you become the leader that you always wanted to be. I believe in you. Stay tuned for the next podcast. Always remember, awaken the leader inside.